Hey guys, welcome back to my Autism My Voice. For this episode, I want to get really serious about one subject that I think needs to be discussed right now, and that involves the American Psychiatric Association and what they're doing in regards to possible revisions to the autism definition as it stands right now. Now, I know a lot of people have been discussing this in the past 2 weeks in the news and the media, and I think one thing we really need to watch out for is people being unaware of what this possibly could lead to. I think we have to be very neutral in this situation right now because one, we don't know what is actually going to happen with these revisions because there's still a little bit of work to be done. I believe it's almost 90% of the work has been done already, and there's still 10% that still needs to get done. So we still need to focus on making sure that we don't overreact. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried also with the whole fact that a, a lot of people have been discussing that diagnoses would be cut a lot. There would be a lot of diagnosis cut, and that there might be a slight tampering in regards to insurance uh, bills and just trying to cut people with diagnosis off a little bit so they don't have to pay for certain therapies through insurance companies. And I think a huge thing, which is it's like, oh my god to me, is that the whole PDD, NOS, and Asperger diagnoses would be pretty much like wiped away. They would be called autism spectrum disorders. And what I've been saying, and I sound like a broken record in some of these videos, is that autism is a very wide spectrum. And I feel like having all these diagnoses just makes it more understandable that this person has low functioning, this person has high functioning, this person has Asperger's, this person has PDD and NOS. And it's a wide range because not everyone with autism has the same characteristics. And to basically just put it down as autism spectrum disorders, one, it's going to confuse all the good work we've been trying to do in spreading awareness. And it kills me. It kills me that we could possibly have just one diagnosis because that's just going to confuse the whole thing. It's going to mean that we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and we're going to have to make people understand like what's going on here. Like, why does this person have this? And it's a big problem. And then the other thing is that in the old diagnosis, you would have to have a certain number of characteristics to actually be diagnosed. And this one, apparently, there's a lot less of a leash in regards to what you could possibly have. So before you had to have this, and now you have to have actually a little bit more in more categories to actually be considered. So in this case, I would feel like a lot of people with high functioning, such as myself, would be basically cut off. And in the name of the video, if these changes were done when I was first diagnosed, I don't even know if I would have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and I would have not had autism anymore. And look what possibly could have happened. I could have not got my therapies I needed. I could have basically fallen under the bus because no one would have known. No one would have been able to put a diagnosis on it. And where could I have possibly gone from there? Would I have progressed? Who knows? What if I regressed? It's quite possible. So where do we go from here? Where do we go in 2012 that's going to make this okay? And I feel like there's still a lot of uncertainty, but these are just the things I'm starting to pick on from what people have said. Granted, we still need to look at the big picture, and the big picture is a little bit down the line. Obviously, these revisions are still going to be going through 2012. So at the end of 2012, maybe we'll have a better sense of what's going on. But right now, who knows? We need to really be focused on what could possibly happen, and we need to take the necessary steps to make sure that we have our voices heard. That if we're not okay with this, we need to preach it. Preach it to the choirs, preach it up there, and make sure people understand what's going on. But at the same time, let's take a second, breathe, learn the facts, and then we'll go on from there. So, yeah, but this scares me. As an autistic individual, I'm scared right now. And I know a lot of you guys are too, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what could possibly happen, and how people can maybe not get the diagnosis they need, not get the treatments they need just because of the definition being changed. So let's pray for the best for our families, for our community, and hopefully 2012 will give us some good news in regards to this definition, and hopefully it will be something for the better. Hopefully, I can't say that right now, but hopefully we just learn more, and they the APA understands that what's going on needs to be monitored very, very closely, because a lot of people are unhappy right now. And honestly, I don't know if I can blame you, but let's try to pick up the facts and go on from there. So thanks, guys, for watching.